Previously on Billy Corgan's Adventures in Carnyland.
Welcome to the Crock and Cup. Ticket sales were very soft.
I'm just hoping that this place is packed.
I have to deal with hiring people. I have to deal with firing people.
I literally have a fear of waking up one day and hearing Billy say, "We're done, that's it, it's over."
Well,
I've spent a lot of my life as a nomad, playing music, traveling from town to town. So when I finally got settled with my partner Chloe to raise some kids in Highland Park, Illinois, I never in a million years thought tragedy would come to our town.
Authorities on the scene of a deadly shooting at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois.
This is an active situation, and we urge everyone to remain indoors.
On July 4th, 2022, a mass shooter killed 7 people, and he wounded 48.
I started receiving text messages. Everyone was asking me, "Are you okay?" I checked in with all of my friends who live here. It was heartbreaking.
One of the most grievous injuries was 8-year-old Cooper Roberts. He suffered a severed spinal cord.
And he is paralyzed now from the waist down.
Being part of a community as small as a band or as big as a town means giving of yourself when it's needed. And I've got an idea for a fundraiser that might help some other members of my adopted home.
So the fundraiser is really to provide support for Cooper and his family, to help give him the things that he needs for daily life and to make his life more normal, just like our kids. And you want him to have that same opportunities and experience in life despite the terrible things that happened that day.
You know, I've lived in Highland Park for about 20 years, and my children were born there. And when something like that happens, there is the tragedy, there are the victims, but then there is the thing that happens afterwards, where because people are afraid, that becomes almost a different layer of victimization. Mm-hmm. Where now people are afraid to live and just be in the community and talk to one another. So just to get back to life is the greatest thing to say, no, you can't take that from us. Chloe and I own a little tea house in this quiet and quaint town. It's just a great spot to meet friends or neighbors. Or if you're us, plan a televised wrestling event set to start in just a few hours.
where's Billy gonna sit?
I don't know. Is he coming, or should I just start without him?
He should be here.
I'm being serious.
Kyle.
Good news. Well, I just want to let everybody know that the doors open in 3.5 hours.
Relax. Relax. We're gonna work it out.
I love you, Pat. Oh, no! Here he is.
Boss is here. Oh, okay. Morning.
Are we gonna talk about Kyle now? Let me get some caffeine, fire back up. I'm not sure Kyle wants to be an employee, but if you're gonna work for somebody and you don't believe in your boss, you don't believe in the vision of your boss, you're shit-talking your boss behind the scenes to other employees in the company, and you expect to keep your position, you're asking to be demoted and or fired.
Are we ready, or are we gonna be a minute?
We've got 3.5 hours till showtime.
Whose fault is that?
I didn't want to do a 2 o'clock show.
Well, I wrote you this morning at 5:30 and I got a response at 8 a.m., so I'm just saying.
I should have not slept. You're
saying.
absolutely right.
You shouldn't be sleeping any more than I am.
Was that why I'm not as successful as you are?
It's why we look the same age.
I am the one that no matter what happens will take the blame for it. We'll call it whipping boy, call it whatever you need. My boss is somebody who sometimes loves to hate me, and that's fine.
The clock is ticking to move our gear and set up at the venue. All Kyle's big talk doesn't faze me in the least. But for Chloe...
Kyle, what about Kyle? I mean, anybody coming, you should just let in and just say make a donation. I wouldn't turn anyone away.
But the problem is we already have well past that in the numbers, I think.
I know, but like, not everybody's gonna show up.
She specifically asked Kyle to do a whole list of things. And rather than do them, Kyle ignored her, wasn't answering emails, and then had the audacity to stand in front of her and give her a bunch of BS excuses. It didn't go well from there.
I deal with reality on reality's terms. Unfortunately, I'll do whatever needs to be done.
Kill me. I kept on butting heads with Chloe because I am not everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream. I get it. Maybe she's lactose intolerant and I give her a stomach problem.
All right, morning, guys. This is HP Cares for Cooper.
Real quick, so one just sort of note to everybody involved, and I know this from growing up with a special needs brother. The worst thing you can do with anybody who is at a disadvantaged position in life is to treat them any different. Don't change who we are because of the nature of the event. Okay, thank you.
The doors open in 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Kyle aside, I love that my NWA team is committed to this fundraiser. But with everyone rushing about to get their act in gear, something was bound to go amiss. The NWA is putting on a special charity event today, but while we were moving our ring across town, we hit a snag.
You can just bang that right back with a hammer, right?
And that snag is a bridge.
The bridge won. What was the point where you're like, hey, that looks pretty low? Like, seriously, nobody's hurt, not another car was involved. It's just the bridge is fine. The store, yeah.
If you look at Kyle's attitude, his demeanor isn't of an officiant. His demeanor is of one of the boys laughing about an incident that he doesn't have to pay for.
Kyle, always popping the boys.
You don't really have to worry about like short bridges anymore because it'll fit now.
He takes no responsibility for it because he wasn't driving the truck. That's the wrong attitude. Right there is the problem.
Pat Kenny is the NWA's resident talent director, and he doesn't suffer fools. When this train comes off the tracks or hits an overpass, he's the first one to take care of business.
So who was driving? Are they okay? That's the first question. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Relax. Things happen. Experience is the greatest teacher. Whether it's positive or whether it's negative, it's still a great teacher.
That's beautiful.
Kyle treating it more like a curiosity, to me, demonstrates why Kyle really shouldn't be in that position. Because for all we know, an incident as simple as a guy crashing a truck going under a bridge might end up costing me $1 million.
Nothing feels better than being a guy who had nothing to do with it.
Which is why I have Chloe in my ear saying that guy should not be in that position.
Jeez Louise, I just don't know why Kyle has to be the one that has to eat it all the time.
From the outside, the NWA might look like a dysfunctional extended family. Yet today's charity event features a real family duo, who I believe could be the future of the NWA. Kenzie and Kylie, the Paige sisters. Kenzie and Kylie actually have the full support of two families. The one they wrestle with.
These women are crazy.
And a real one at home.
Mom, you want me to fix your hair? Yeah. Because I don't know how to crimp. How do you not know how to crimp your hair? Well, maybe I just don't want to learn.
We actually come from a very long line of professional wrestling. My dad, a wrestler and a promoter. My uncle was also a wrestler, and their dad, my papa, was also a wrestler. We never grew up in like what some would say a normal life. You know, it's always been wrestling. That's like literally our life.
Ow, fuck. Fucking burnt me. Get your shit together, Kenzie. Come on. Sorry for cussing.
You said get your shit together. Mom, did you hear Kylie? Girls. Dad never wanted us to be around wrestling. Being around wrestling, you are gonna have like your highs and lows. And our family had a lot of lows, unfortunately. There was a lot of times like we didn't have cars in the driveway, stuff would come get picked up, there would be no groceries. We never knew a success story in wrestling. All we saw was the things getting taken away and the lack of money and the lack of everything. So there was like a lot of like resentment towards that. He didn't want us to have to grow up living like that.
To have them signed is just amazing, you know? It's really like a dream come true. When it comes down to it, it's hard in this business. Everybody wants to be the star, but there's only a few spots.
He was still skeptical of what if we have to go through what I have already put them through because I loved wrestling. I feel like the people in our lives that aren't in wrestling don't get enough credit. So like my mom and my brother, they drove 4.5 hours to watch us. My mom's only seen the troubles of wrestling, so she's learning to love this with all of her heart because of us. But without them, I don't even know if I'd be sitting here. So that's all I want to say.
Championship right here.
I'm seeing big things ahead for the Paige sisters, but each event is a test, and most especially where the hearts and concerns of others are involved. Doors are open at the HP Cares for Cooper charity event.
After the finish, go to the ring. Yes. That's all. Oh. So they can see you, and I mean, I hear you, but I only hear like every 2 or 3 words.
Are you underneath the speaker?
I don't know, but I'm just telling you, it's hard. I'm in audio, motherfucker.
But it's Chloe who's carrying the burden of Kyle's earlier missteps.
I annoy my boss's wife.
Everyone is doing their best to support everyone who was affected by this horrible tragedy. This is one way to contribute, help this family heal, raise money, and to have a good time.
They're selling the raffle tickets, and it's the same thing. It all goes to the charity. We're not taking any cut.
You all for being a part of this. We have Cooper Roberts in the crowd right now, the young man who we are all here to support.
My friend Billy's heart is huge, and to be able to combine his love of wrestling with the messaging for Cooper that he too is strong, like these wrestlers are, and that the community is here for him.
Is Tom Latimer saying, Cooper, you keep this warm from the young man. Look at the smile on that young man's face. That's what makes it all worth it, ladies and gentlemen.
To give Cooper that feeling that people are behind him, that is the greatest feeling you can have in this industry.
Our family's involvement with giving back is so important for us and being a part of this really beautiful community.
Wrestling is a very community-based thing. I think wrestling does a disservice to itself when it's a niche business. I think it should always be voiced as a mainstream product for everybody. Bring the whole family.
I'm pleased the Paige sisters understood the gravity of this event because they brought their mother and father to see them shine today.
And as soon as I saw her on camera, I was like, oh my God, there's another one of them. It's like, there's 2. Yeah. What are the chances two siblings would be both talented, charismatic, cut a promo, can work?
The Paige sisters' father, he told me that at some point he decided he was better off behind the curtain running the show than being out there in the ring. And I said, can you believe that not only one daughter, both of them are really under contract to the NWA? And he said, not in a million years, but I couldn't be more proud. Those are the cool things behind the scenes when you're talking to a father, a partner, and you see that passion that really moves me as a person. And with the Paige sisters, there's something really special there.
There you go. Good spot.
From the crowd's reaction, I can tell the Paige sisters rose to the occasion. And so did we, raising much-needed money and awareness for Cooper's family. And hopefully some spirits, too.
I truly did not expect that I would be this totally into it.
It's cool, right?
This is beyond fun. Like, I am totally afraid that I am going to use some words that I should not be using. Because I'm like totally getting into this. Like,
it's good fun, right?
Yes, it's totally good fun.
Yeah. That's kind of, I want it to be something that wasn't just let's raise some money. I want to have fun too. Highland Park, thank you so much. Thank you for a great afternoon of professional wrestling. The NWA thanks you. Have you had a good time? But the most important thing, boys, did you have a good time? All right. See you again. Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you for donating. Thank you.
We had this really beautiful note from Keela's mother saying that it was the first time that her boys were just somewhere being boys and having fun together. And she hadn't seen that since in the past year.
Today has been one of those days where you get to come and just not be totally immersed in everything that is difficult and challenging and overwhelming. Today, Cooper and Luke and all of us just got to have fun. This has been a blast. Talk about it.
You want to think, of course, of the victims who can't be here, but sometimes having a little bit of fun is the best medicine. How are you doing?
Thank you for everything. I am so good.
Charity event over, our focus shifts to today's Studio One Power tapings, where we have 30-plus matches to film. Oh yeah, and there's also a wedding to organize.
I was going to tell you something, but I don't even remember, and I knew it was going to get you angry. So
I want to talk about the wedding.
I know, that's why I didn't want to bring it up, and that's why I purposely forgot it. He said if he was gonna get married, he was like, he wants to do it the right way, he wants to have fun. To be honest, it's in his best interest. Everyone pitches it, oh, it's in my best interest, but let's be honest, he's not gonna do much better than me.
You know the most annoying thing about that? She's right. But Chloe already knows what she wants. So I'm finding the path of least resistance is usually the best one and the most expensive.
Our wedding is gonna be on our property. So when people come in, they will be greeted by these dog statues. We wanted to keep the wedding really intimate and special with our close family and friends. So it's a small wedding, and this just felt most appropriate for that personal touch. So this leads you to where our ceremony will be, and it will be overlooking the lake. We're gonna have cocktails and hors d'oeuvres in the garden. I think it's really special that my children can be in the party with us.
Actually, no, I'm not working in the wedding. I'm just gonna be a guest.
I just hope everybody has a great time.
Across town, the NWA is recording our regular live TV tapings. 8 weeks of television in one day is enough stress, let alone the unresolved vibes I'm getting from Kyle.
I work for a crazy rock star who is not a normal human being. You just assume that this guy knows nothing and how irritable he gets about it. It makes me so happy. I guess I have a weird personality.
Kyle's a heat magnet, and I don't think he knows he is, so I don't feel sympathy.
Let's make sure that my ring bell light is working.
Kyle started to personalize his issues against me. I can deal with that because I deal with that type of criticism internally. Kyle seems to forget that when he's complaining about me behind the scenes to NWA to anybody who'll listen. And if that's not enough, there's of course other opinions to consider. Take Brian.
Kyle Davis is a total train wreck. Completely unqualified and incapable of doing anything that he should be doing.
Enjoy the day. This is what you work for.
And he's coming in full out of steam. He's not waiting. He's not giving EC3 an inch.
Apart from the Kyle drama, everyone's brought their A game. In the ring and backstage, where today's event is being run with military precision.
Come on. All right, he's awake.
I love our locker room. The backstage vibe and feel of the National Wrestling Alliance, in my mind, it's super fun. Woo! I think that people are here because they want to be here, but there's also a camaraderie, too. We just get along really well.
If you look at the people who are around the NWA, a lot of good character people. There's no political machinations. There's no, I got to be sensitive to this guy or girl's feelings. They all can work with each other. That really is a testament to them, not to me.
Less is more, brother. Sir. Just watching. If it helps.
Hey, I appreciate you watching me. Thank you, bro.
Hey, man.
The attitude here in the NWA, I've never experienced this. I've never been in a dressing room that somebody's actually sat down and said, it's so nice to meet you. I have so many questions. I didn't know how to respond.
So if you took your time in getting into it, they don't tell the story of the match anymore. It's you.
Right.
So they're watching you. So no matter what's going on, they have to describe you.
My name is Ian Hodgkinson. I'm Vampiro in pro wrestling. I've been doing this since 1984.
What's Vampiro doing here? Oh my gosh!
I've been in pretty much every promotion in the world. I think I've done like 60 world tours. Or I've been world heavyweight champion 33 times. I think that's enough. I was a musician, a punk rocker, but I needed to find something in my life that I can combine my two loves, which was sports and music. And when I was really young, I just heard the music of Black Sabbath. It was on TV, and I ran, and I was like, what is that? And all of a sudden, it was the AWA, and the Road Warriors came out. They just destroyed, and they left. And I was like, that's it.
Oh my God!
And I kind of ran away and joined the circus when I was 14, left home and became a pro wrestler. My love-hate with pro wrestling is the lack of creativity, the small-mindedness, the narrow vision, because everybody's so gung-ho, macho, big, tough guy. But here, there's so much more to being able to use art as a communication tool, and wrestling is theater.
There's a lot of people in the business who no longer feel that storylines are critical to making money. So professional wrestlers who understand the financial aspect of wrestling understand that the best money is made off of storylines.
Hey, thank you all for coming out, guys. Highland Park's a great place to be. Enough talk from me. Let's go to the match.
I think wrestling, at its purest form, is high art. It's high art that's deserved to be seen and understood by millions upon millions of fans.
If it's us and them, our heroes have to fight to win.
There's so many great people who might not be die-hard wrestling fans, enjoy the action, the athletics, the characters, comedy, the drama, everything we bring, which is more than any form of entertainment does.
The vision of Billy is untouchable, and now to have this opportunity to grow as an artist in his realm is the reason I came back to wrestling 100%. Everybody here will follow him to the end.
I think the NWA being anything less than a big, touring, televised wrestling company is a failure. The NWA is here to run at the top tier. And if people think that's crazy, that's cool, because I heard it in music the same way. This thing is built to run red hot. Those are the stakes. Complete embarrassment and shame, or, wow, he was really smart and he had a vision, he actually pulled it off with some really talented people. The stakes are the mythic ones. You try to get as close to the sun without burning up and crashing.
The HP Cares for Cooper fundraiser was a success, but we can't rest on our laurels tonight. Because tomorrow I'm heading back out on the road with the Smashing Pumpkins. But this time, the NWA is tagging along for a rock concert meets wrestling event.
Sprint him out! Who knows what Billy's plan is? Does he have a vision? Because otherwise, I'm out of job.
But with twice the acts on the bill comes potentially twice the problems. It's either going to be a big success or it's going to be an absolute mistake.